Is therapy too expensive for you? Because therapy is freaking expensive, and if so, I'm here to share with you guys 10 life-changing lessons that I've learned in therapy so you don't have to go to therapy for it. We're just gonna jump right in with the first one, and that is you can't change people. People have to change themselves. What you can change is your expectation of other people. If you're constantly feeling like you're disappointed in someone, you can lower your expectations so that you're not disappointed anymore. You're only in control of yourself and your own mood, and you cannot change how anyone else thinks, acts, or treats you. We always hope that people will change. We always hope that they'll be nicer to us, treat us better. But the only thing you can do is to do as much as you can to make that situation happen. But at the end of the day, you cannot force someone to do something or think something or want something for you if they don't want it. This one is hard to grapple in practice. I know, I understand, I've been there. Level set your expectations so they at least know what you're expecting. And if they can tell you right off the bat that they're not going to be able to meet you there, then you know to either lower your expectations or walk away. Lesson number 2 is focus on the present and be mindful. In today's society, we are all so focused on a million things at one time. Our phone is sending us notifications about our emails and Instagram DMs and Facebook messages and texts and like phone calls from spam callers and like work and like just all these things. And then our favorite YouTuber just posted a new video and you suddenly want to watch it. Stuff happening in the news. Like so many things are happening constantly. Our brain cannot focus on anything anymore. And it has gone to the point where a lot of us go through a whole day not even knowing what the heckers they did that day. What we need to do is to slow down and focus on the task at hand. Put your phone down, put it upside down so you can't see any of the notifications, and just do what you need to do. When you're talking to your friends, just be mindful. Don't check your phone and like play games on your phone when your friend's talking to you. Be there for them and like be there for yourself and your work and your everything, you know? So yeah, focus on the present and be mindful. And if you guys have a hard time with that, which I certainly did because I want to be a productive person and I constantly want to be doing like 1,000 things at once, something that was really good for me was being a person that meditates. So you can just take 5 or 10 minutes and you guys can meditate. You can also go out and take a walk, get your mind off things. Don't bring your phone out with you, just go out and take a walk. Life-changing lesson number 3 is create boundaries when you need to. And by creating boundaries, I mean if someone's talking rudely to you, you can just say, if you're gonna continue talking rudely to me, I'm gonna leave. Or like in the workplace, you can say if your manager is giving you too much work, you can say, if you continue to give me this much work, I'm going to burn out and be a potato. If your friends are constantly late, you can say, if you're gonna be late, I'm just not going to hang out with you anymore. If someone constantly wants you to do stuff that you don't want to do, tell them that you don't want to do it. Again, it kind of goes back to the you can't change other people and what they want and what they want to do, but you can always do whatever you want to do and not feel forced to do anything that other people want to do. Just have mutual respect for each other. Like generally, I would say with like friendships and stuff like that, people are really nice if they're like, oh, I want to eat spicy food today. And I'm like, oh, I can't eat spicy. Can we like meet somewhere where there's like spicy options and non-spicy options? And they'll be like, sure. Or you can say something like, oh, I don't want to eat Korean food today. I know you love Korean food. Is it okay if we eat this instead? People are generally very nice and very accommodating. And when they are, reciprocate that. Lesson number 4 is don't project your insecurities or assume things. An example of that would be saying, oh, I told my friend that I can't hang out with her. But if I told her that I can't hang out with her, she's probably going to think negatively of me, when your friend might not even care. Or if your significant other wants to go to a bar or to a club and your insecurity is like, oh my god, he's going to meet another girl there. Like that's your insecurity and that's your assumption, and don't project that onto the other person because that's going to stress them out. now. Lesson number 5 is think about your non-negotiables. Your non-negotiables in friends, in family, in significant others, and in yourself. Like, what do you want to do? And what do you not want to do? What do you want to do in work? What do you not want to do in work? What do you want to do for fun things? What do you not want to do for fun things? And just live by that playbook. You can be as flexible as you want, obviously. Regardless, it's really important to just think about your non-negotiables, like what is okay to you, what is not okay to you, and live by that. But if you don't know what they are, if you never sat down to think what your negotiables and non-negotiables are, that will make things very hard when you suddenly have to think of it. Because in most cases, you'll end up doing something that is a non-negotiable and then you'll feel like really bad after. The same thing would be like if you met a friend or a significant other that didn't have those non-negotiables that you wanted them to have. That is probably a sign that you shouldn't be friends or dating them. But if you ignore those non-negotiables, there will be problems down the line. So just be very clear with what you want as a person and what you want as people to be in your life. I don't know if that sentence totally made sense. Life-changing lesson number 6 is assess your happiness levels. In life, we go through a roller coaster of emotions. Sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're sad. And when you're feeling those feelings, it's really important to wonder, why am I feeling something if it's positive, and why am I feeling something if it's negative? So you know what you like and what you dislike. And when you're feeling feelings of like sadness or upset or anger, whatever it is, if it's negative, you have to wonder what is causing that, whether it's your friend, your job, your family, whatever it is, and then think to yourself, are the pros of this outweighing the cons? Are the positive interactions outweighing the negative interactions? If they are, that's good. If they're not, maybe you should reassess whether or not you want that job, person, hobby thing in your life anymore. Lesson number 7 is identify behavior patterns in other people to truly understand who they are. People can always say that they're going to do something, but if they don't actually do that thing, then what does that say about them, right? People can always identify as something, but if they don't act in the way that they identify them as, are they really that thing? And it's only with time that you can really tell over more interactions with them where you can kind of see if they are actually who they say they are. But yeah, I feel like with humans, or maybe just me, I don't know, but I'm a very trusting individual and I always trust people to do what they say they'll do or be who they identify themselves to be. And if there's inconsistencies in that behavior, like maybe they say that they're a really nice person, but every time you hang out with them, they like will make one nasty backhanded compliment or something like that. That shows that they maybe aren't as nice as they claim to be. And so yeah, be cognizant of your surroundings with the people that you surround yourself with and identify patterns of behavior to validate who they claim to be. Lesson number 8 that I learned from my therapist that was very life-changing for me was how to be empathetic for people during times of crises. My therapist taught me that there's 2 types of empathy. There's cognitive empathy and affective empathy. Cognitive empathy is listening to someone and understanding them and not judging them or criticizing them for what they're saying. That's what you want to be doing. Affective empathy is when you absorb people's emotions and take responsibility for making them feel better. This is what you don't want to be doing because people need to feel better because they want to feel better. As individuals, we can be helpful and supportive in helping someone feel better, but just because we help doesn't mean that they will feel better. It just shows that you can be an empathetic and kind person. There's also people that will listen and they won't help you feel better, they'll make you feel worse. That is not empathy and that is not helpful, but you can be helpful, you can be supportive, you can be there for them and listen to them. It helps if your mood is consistent, so making sure that your mood isn't adaptive to other people's moods. If they're on this roller coaster of like happy, sad, angry, you don't want to jump onto that roller coaster. You want to be the calm, the zen that is inside your brain right now. And I think in moments of crises, you really just want to validate someone else's feelings. You want to make sure that they feel heard and that they feel supported. And if you don't know what to do, what they need, you can ask them, how can I best support you during this time? And hopefully they will tell you and you can go from there. The ninth lesson I learned is how to be calm. I think it's extremely important for people to be able to control their emotions. And the way to do so is to identify the feeling. Like, do you feel like you're breathing faster? Do you feel like your face is getting really red? Do you feel hot all over? Whatever you're feeling, if you start to feel those feelings, take a step back and breathe. If you can, go do something relaxing, whether it's reading or going for a walk or watching TV. Like, be kind to yourself and calm down. If it's something triggered by something else, you can talk to a friend about it, you can journal about it. Regardless, it's really important to feel that emotion and understand that emotion and then take the steps to be calm. Because at the end of the day, I feel like everything is a choice. Even your mood at some points can be a choice, whether you want to continue dwelling in the sadness and anger, or if you want to get better, or if you want to be happy, or if you want to be in a more stable mindset. Like, you have to take the steps to get there. And the last lesson I learned is to love yourself. To love yourself for who you are and be accepting of who you are, and to just not compare your life to others. It doesn't really matter what other people are doing because that's their life and you have your life, and you should love your life because this is the only life. At the end of the day, who is going to love you if you don't even love yourself? When you have self-love, your life satisfaction will increase tenfold. You'll be a more confident person, more efficient, more organized, more everything. A quick example is like, if you love yourself, you know that you'll want to eat healthy because you want to have a healthy body and it makes you feel good. You want to make sure that you have time for the things that you love or the people that you love, because in the long run, building long-lasting relationships is going to make you happier. There's just a lot of things that come from self-love that will make you a better person and will make you more accepting of others and more respectful of a person. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave you guys with those 10 lessons that I learned in therapy. Hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!